My family, who are considerably older than me, and told me whether you think they've set an example which suggests that I might. Unlikely.
With her public work, she says she hopes she's now seen as having a track record and a degree of experience. June Kelly, BBC News.
And you can see that Inside Sport special tonight. That is The Princess Royal at 60. That's on BBC One this evening at, if I look at the right one anyway, I hope you still worked out what time it's on. That's the crucial piece of information you need to know. BBC One at 10:35 tonight after the 10 o'clock news. I'll leave you with a look at the weather prospects.
Hello there. A few of you will be enjoying a little bit of summer sunshine today, but I think you'll be in the majority for any lengthy spells. For many, the cloud will be around, bringing in the risk of showers again and a little bit more breeze than we saw during yesterday. Responsible for all of that, an area of low pressure in the North Sea. It's where the air's rising, the showers start to brew, and that'll be with us for the next 36 hours. Now, the curl of cloud you can see here is weather fronts wrapped around that low pressure system. It's where the rain's been focused so far today, and where we'll see some of the heavier showers through the afternoon, drifting across the Midlands towards the southeast corner. Now, I said not everywhere will see the showers. Some of you will stay completely dry throughout the day. Certainly in the south coast, I think most will stay dry. Not as much sunshine as yesterday, but the sun will still come and go as the cloud pushes through in that northwest breeze. From the Thames Estuary to the north of London and northwards, the greater risk of those showers or thunderstorms even, and through the East Midlands, Pennine regions and into Cumbria. We've got a Met Office severe weather warning in place through the afternoon and evening. Potential for some very torrential downpours indeed. Now across Scotland, a little bit of brightness here and there, but plenty of cloud essentially, and through Caithness and Sutherland the rain will merge together, some persistent spells of rain. 1 or 2 light showers in Northern Ireland. Plenty of cloud here, but they kind of break up every now and again, and that's going to be the case across Wales and the southwest, where some of the brightest conditions will be through the afternoon. Just 1 or 2 very isolated light showers, a bit of sunshine here and there, and temperatures around 17 to 20 degrees. Now through the evening we'll see further showers across central eastern parts of England in particular, towards the southwest, few of them to speak of. So if you're going to the International Balloon Fiesta at Bristol, it's the night glow tonight and it should stay fine, partly clear skies and a mainly light wind. But the breeze will be picking up right across the country overnight and into tomorrow. Heavy showers continuing across eastern parts of northern England in particular, and temperatures across the UK not far off what we saw last night, around 10 to 13 degrees. But for your Friday, Scotland, Northern Ireland will see the quietest conditions, showers fading, plenty of dry and reasonably bright weather here, bit of sunshine in the southwest as well. But England and Wales, more showers than today, pretty much just anyone could get one. Some of them will be heavy and thundery. The wettest conditions will be across the northeast of England, where the wind will be at the strongest as well, touching 40 or 45 miles an hour along the coast, and that will make it feel rather cool there. Temperatures otherwise, as they will be through this weekend, high teens or low 20s. Still some showers on Saturday across England and Wales, a brighter day generally on Sunday. Take care.
Britain's stars return from the European Championships to take on the biggest names in world athletics. Who will have the last word? The London Grand Prix, Friday at 6 on BBC Two and 5 Live Sports Extra.
This celebration has come as a shock. A week ago, his granddaughter was kidnapped, and today she's going to marry the man who did it.
I get an overwhelming sense of excitement holding such an amazing piece of art. It is a national treasure. It's something hugely important to our art history.
It's a pile of wood, but it's just one that's particularly well piled.
4 police officers face criminal charges over an alleged assault on a terror suspect in London 7 years ago. 36-year-old Baba Ahmed claimed he was beaten and verbally abused when he was held in Tooting in 2003. Travel chaos looms. The airport operator BAA is about to find out if thousands of workers have voted to strike at 6 of the UK's airports. Deaths from breast cancer in Britain fall sharply, but women are still more likely to die from it here than in most of Western Europe. Pakistan's flooded fields, warnings that hundreds of thousands of tons of crops have been completely wiped out. And celebrating her 60th, Princess Anne and her family reflect on combining royal life and motherhood.
If I was going to be a mother, that's what I would want to be like. That's what I would like to be, as good a mother as she's been to us.
And later in sport, the England coach Fabio Capello is criticised for signalling the end of Beckham's international career without telling the player himself.
Welcome to the BBC News at 1. 4 police officers will face criminal charges over an alleged attack on a terrorism suspect in London in 2003. The Crown Prosecution Service says the men are accused of assaulting Baba Ahmed when he was arrested in Tooting 7 years ago. The 36-year-old computer specialist was not charged following the raid and was awarded £60,000 in damages last year by the Metropolitan Police. Greg Wood reports.
In December 2003, Baba Ahmed was arrested on suspicion of terrorism. He was released 6 days later. Today's charges allege that during the arrest, he was assaulted by police officers. Last year, the Metropolitan Police paid damages of £60,000 to Mr. Ahmed after admitting in the High Court that he was the victim of violence. In a statement today, the Crown Prosecution Service said, following Mr. Ahmad's successful civil proceedings for compensation from the police in the High Court last year, his solicitors asked the Crown Prosecution Service to look at the evidence again. Our conclusion is that there is sufficient evidence, and it's in the public interest to charge 4 of the officers involved in the arrest of Mr. Ahmed with causing actual bodily harm to him. Among those facing prosecution is Police Constable Mark Jones. The others, all members of the Met's Territorial Support Group, were named as Nigel Cowley, John Donoghue and Roderick James Bowen. The CPS alleges that Mr. Ahmed suffered a number of injuries, including heavy bruising to the head, neck, wrist and feet. Baba Ahmed's lawyer welcomed the prosecution.
Baba Ahmed is pleased that the CPS have decided that a jury should hear the evidence in this case, and that a jury should determine whether any of the TSG officers should face punishment in respect of the assault upon him in December 2003. He doesn't have any other comment to make at this time.
The Metropolitan Police said all 4 officers were still working, and a decision would now be taken on whether to suspend them from duty. They'll appear in court next month. Baba Ahmed is being held in Long Lartin prison in Worcestershire after the European Court of Human Rights halted his extradition to the United States on separate charges of providing material support to terrorism. Greg Wood, BBC News.
The airport operator BAA is about to find out if thousands of its workers have voted to go on strike in a row over pay. Firefighters and security staff at Heathrow, Stansted, Southampton, Glasgow, Aberdeen and Edinburgh airports are among workers who have been balloted. If they have voted in favour of industrial action, it could mean massive disruption for millions of passengers at the end of the summer holidays. Our transport correspondent Richard Scott reports.
This could be almost as bad for the travelling public as the ash cloud. BAA is the dominant force in airport operations. It runs 6 airports: Heathrow, Stansted, Edinburgh, Glasgow, Aberdeen and Southampton. And together they handle around 300,000 passengers and more than 2,500 flights each day. But more than 6,000 staff have been balloted over strike action, including, crucially, security staff and firefighters. And if they walk out, the airports would be shut down.
This going ahead is going to cause absolute chaos for both business travellers and holiday makers. And there's going to be a lot of people who are stuck on their holiday, unable to get home, the bank holiday being obviously one of the busiest times of year that anyone is travelling.
So what is this potential strike about? Well, staff had a pay freeze last year, and this year have been offered a 1% rise with an extra 0.5% if they accept changes to their sickness agreement. A £450